So basically, you guys are going to probably feel like I'm flip-flopping a little bit, but my thing is and has always been what is right, and what is not right. And I'm not going to sit up here and just go along with what's not right just because I'm not crazy about the person. I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 7, episode 5. Episode 5. Listen, like I said in the intro, I'm just not going to stand for what I know is just not right. If it doesn't feel right, it doesn't look right. It looks totally off, and I'm just, it just is what it is. If I come across even like flip flop, hey, whatever. But I can't do it. You'll understand when we get there. Trust me, Ashley, girl. I'm telling you, sometimes, honey, I like take that Ashley and she's ridiculous. Anyway, moving. We'll get to it. Candace and Ashley actually are sitting down at Candace's house. And I was saying to myself, Candace, why? Why? Now, y'all know Candace drives me nuts. But why? Why are you even entertaining some form of friendship fashion with Ashley? I think you're going to keep running into the same brick wall. She's not your friend. She's not. She's not your friend. She's not really in search of friendship with you. You basically are a storyline for her. And the sooner you figure that out, better off you'll be. But you're sitting there and y'all are having a good girls' conversation and y'all talking stuff, and it seemed like a good time. Good young women having a good time talking about shooting the crap. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm sitting there. Candace goes on. She's blaming the actual friend group for her quitting IVF. That's ridiculous. Listen, I promise you, if being a part of the friend group stresses you out that much to where you believe that it's keeping your IVF from working, you tell me why you're doing it. I'm not doing anything. Do you understand? Anything. I've had a brush with death, okay? Looked it right in the face. And stress can take me back to that place. I know that. We know that. Stress, cancer, y'all just don't you don't mesh. So anything that literally stresses me, I'm not voluntarily engaged in. So for you to sit here on camera and say literally you stopped IVF because the stress of being part of this girl friend circle is making your IVF not work, and you say you want children, that doesn't make sense to me. If being a part of the friend group is that stressful, baby, there's always flipping burgers over at McDonald's. You can go flip burgers, you can go work fries, you could do shakes, you could do whatever. You can go work at Starbucks. You can go do whatever it is that's not going to stress you out to anything that bothers my health. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it. Not in this life. Not no more. I'm not hurting me on purpose. Uh-uh. I know what triggers me, and I stay away from it. There's some things that I indulge in and end up doing that people think would trigger me, but it don't trigger me because, child, whatever. And you can tell because I've indulged. Trust me. That ain't triggering me because I indulge. I promise you, James, Spillitboy TV, he ain't indulging in nothing that raises my stress. If my stress raises, if my blood pressure raises, if anything about me get out of whack, anything, an extra wrinkle that I didn't have. You see these wrinkles on my forehead? If an extra one get there that wasn't there, whatever I'm doing that brought it, me and it is up out of here. I'm not doing it. So I don't understand you sitting and this. I wasn't even supposed to go all in on this, but I can't understand it. I'm just being real. Anything that makes you physically incapable of anything that you're supposed to be capable of physically, you need to leave it alone. If you can't, because you can definitely live without it. And you'll have to figure out a way to live without it. So if being part of the girl circle is that stressful to you, sweetheart, I say turn in your little slip and Starbucks. Girl, they can let you sing jingles over the counter. You sing jingles and write people's name on their cups over the counter. Anything. Don't tell me nothing about that much stress. It's that much stress that you can't do what you need to do for your life. What you want to go on in your life. Girl, you crazy. You're crazy. Moving on. Mia and G. This lady is such a liar. It's to a point with Mia that I just feel like when I look at you, if your mouth is moving, something isn't quite right. Did you all notice how she was shutting G down real fast? He was going to talk about her health situation, and he was hurrying up, shutting her down like shut. She was shutting him down rather, because he said, "Well, they ruled out all of the really bad stuff." So she's like, "She didn't want to talk about it." I said, "Interesting." Again, when I dealt with cancer, I shared what I needed to share. I didn't share everything. I told you all that. Anybody who has actually been following me all the way back to 2015, I've told you all my whole purpose of sharing my cancer battle with my YouTube channel was more so about early detection. My message has always been early detection, and the key to early detection can literally and most times will make the difference of whether you're here or not here. So my message was not to scare anyone, not to cry, not to none of that. That's not even what I give. I didn't show you anything that was going to scare you away from the message that I was trying to put to you. Is it scary? Yes, it's scary. You don't know. If you've never been through it, and it's not something that runs in my family. So I didn't know what to expect and that kind of thing. But I shared what I needed to share so to go get yourself tested. If something doesn't look right or something doesn't feel right, get up off your ass and go and get tested. That was my message. So no, anything that like hurt, too bad. I wasn't coming on to tell you, oh my God, I'm in such pain today. No, that's not what my vlog was about. It wasn't about pity. It wasn't about sorrow. It wasn't about any of those things. So, the thing is, are we sharing or are we not sharing? Because with Mia, you're saying you wanted to share with your people, but you're not sharing anything. And every time it seems as though something may get shared, you shut it down, which makes me feel like you lying. And if I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want to have to eat that up, what I just said. I want to have to eat it up, and I'll do it. I'll grab this mouse, come back down here to this camera, and I'll eat it up and I'll apologize. I want to be wrong, but at this point, I feel like you, Miss Mia Thornton, I think you're lying. I think you're lying, and I think it's horrible because you couldn't think of nothing else to lie about. See, there's always a point where you take things a little too far. Now you need to get on up out my face because I'm not really feeling you and what you got going on. I think it's a lie. I think it's all a lie, and I just don't have no space for it. I'm just not here for it at all. Then you jump from that as if that's not bad enough. You go to this other thing. So here we go. Here's another side of you that's not cute. And this is what you do want to share. I said, oh, well, look at here. This is what you do feel comfortable sharing. Oh, yes. I'm going to invite the ladies on down to Miami. Yeah, you know, the MIA. I grew up down there and it goes down. And yeah, you know, what happens in Miami? Oh, yeah. You want to sit here and relive and brag about your past trips to Miami with Jacqueline and with G. Oh, yes, my girlfriend Jacqueline. Yeah, Jacqueline, she knows all my secrets. See, we setting up for something. Setting up for some more storyline that got to do with that Jacqueline. I can't wait till we get to it. What is the deal with you and Jacqueline? Let's get to it because that health scare thing, I'm over it. So let's get to whatever that is you got with this Jacqueline that you keep pushing down our throat. We want to see more Jacqueline. We want to know what you got going on with Jacqueline. Jacqueline knows where all the bodies are buried. Jacqueline knows all the secrets. Okay, let's get on with it. But why you felt like it was a good idea, you want to share and brag about how you and Jacqueline were traipsing around with G, who was a married man at the time. Oh, you thought that was cute. Here's a news flash. Jacqueline and Mia, that wasn't cute. It wasn't cute at all on anybody's part. It wasn't cute. Would you think it was cute if somebody was dancing around in Miami with G now? Now that he's your man, would you think that it was cute if somebody was out cleaning up, honey, with your man? Would you think that that was fun? Would that be cute? Would you come down here and sit and smile and grin and flip your hair and tell us if somebody was cleaning up with G, honey, down in Miami? You wouldn't think it was so cute. Now the shoe's on the other foot. Just remember, Miss Mia, how you start is generally always how you finish. How you get them is how you lose them. And when they do things like this, they generally always re-up. Always a younger model or a newer model bouncing around somewhere just waiting, honey, to do the cleanup, honey, with your man. But I said, that's fine. Girl, I wouldn't have said nothing if you didn't say nothing. We got it. We knew that you was a little scandalous when it comes to G and all that. And I still like G. He a little scandalous. He ain't my type of dude. I mean, I can't trust you. I can't use you. But you know, it is what it is. You're not trustworthy. But girl, if you hadn't brought it up, I wouldn't have brought it up. But no, it ain't cute, girl. And Karma is a black bald-headed bitch. So I hope she don't visit you no time soon, honey. Anyway, moving right along. Giselle and her girls go to get pedicures and manicures. And child, Miss Giselle, hey, them twins. Them twins. One of the twins just let Giselle have it. I said, oh, not while the camera's running. Let her have it. I said, oh, you're nasty. I said, yes, she is, sweetie. Yes, she is. And that's just the beautiful thing about it, is that them twins got better sense than Giselle. She over there, honey, and the woman sits her down and puts the towel down for her to, the white towel, to put her feet up onto the thing. She says, enjoy your pedicure, darling. She sits down, and instead of putting her feet up, she picks the towel up and wipes her face and says, oh, I felt like my face was shining. Your face gonna be shining more than that. Your face gonna be shining more than that. It's gonna be broke out. And that's when the twin looked and said, oh, nasty. You damn right. Those towels are literally people, they use them on people's feet. They're not disposing of those towels. They're using a cleaning service and they're cleaning those towels. But those towels are being used on feet. They're not for your face, you goon. I said, ugh. Child, it's the nastiness of it all for me, honey. And the twins, them girls got better sense than their mama. Anyway, beautiful little young ladies, all three, the two twins and the other daughter, just beautiful. Um, I laugh, Giselle. Your life is such a mess as pertains to this show that you don't really film with anybody but your daughters. Like they're like your besties. You film with your daughters. Your daughters are who you film with. God bless you, Giselle. You a mess, child. But I say, I guess, girl, but you're not gonna get any drama. Well, I guess you got all the drama you can handle because the daughters be letting you have it. But anyway, still not, they ain't disrespectful. But shit, mama nasty, she nasty. Moving on. Robin goes to the lawyer to talk about a prenup. That lady was looking at Robin like she was crazy. But Robin was talking about an infidelity clause because that's was some of the problems with Juan last time. Juan, again, I mean, right on here, we're always, oh yeah, Juan is cute. Juan is cute. Yeah, I mean, we all know Michael Darby wants some of Juan so bad he could taste it at him. So we know what Juan brings to the table. Obviously, some people got up under the table with Juan back in the past. So, of course, Robbins, she wants that in there. Then there's also the whole thing of her new podcast that she does with Giselle, as well as her clothing line. Both things are doing well monetarily, and she don't want him to be getting his grubby paws on any of her coins. And that's all that there is to it. Get mad, feel how you want. Juan, she don't want you with your paws in her money. Do you understand? So, I mean, I don't think that there should really be an issue, especially if you were a cheater before. Sit down, sign the papers, and zip it. Anyway, see how easy that is? But the lady was looking at Rob like she's crazy. Moving on. Karen, Wendy, and Ashley got together. They went to this tulip farm and just to talk. And Wendy set up a little thing at a winery that she wanted to do like a little exercise with the ladies, sit around and eat. Going to a winery is a lot of fun. It really is. If you go to like a nice winery, there's a nice winery here in Pittsburgh that I've been to multiple times called Narcissi. It's the Narcissi Winery. And every time it's just been a really good time, really good Italian food. And, you have your little wine and they have live band. It's just a good time. And we see it kind of all the time. Here they do wineries a lot. But yeah, that's a good time. It's a good time, but it's a calm place. And I always laugh because I said these ladies go to these places and they just tear the people's place up. They do. They just tear the folks' place up and they be all loud. That is not how it is at a winery. Now, I mean, I'm like, child, y'all acting like classless fools, honey. The winery is calm and you don't have to, it's not like sitting in a beer garden. You don't have to be looking over your shoulder, waiting on somebody to start shooting unless they're filming Real Housewives of one of these places. Just ridiculous. But anyway, she's ready to pretty much bury the hatchet as far as that family fun day and all of that stuff. There was a scene with Candace and her sister. I already told you all how I felt about Candace and her sister. If I didn't have to see the sister again, anytime, it was going to be too soon. That scene was basically nothing, and I basically have nothing to say. Moving on, the sister is just not interesting. Listen, just a word to the wise, Candace. Go ahead and start your IVF back up because then you can be like your big sister Giselle and you can film with your children once you have them. Because filming with your daughter, with your sister rather, it's just not working. So maybe you go ahead and have your kids, honey, through your IVF treatments and all that stuff, and then you can film with your children. Moving on. Yeah, because look, Ashley had got some fake planet friend. She boring too. Ashley, most of her filming is done with her boys. Moving on. Wendy's mom, we found out on the way to the winery, Wendy's mom basically had some blood work done, and some of her levels and things were off, and they admitted her. Like it was off to the point where they admitted her to the hospital. So that was kind of frazzling, you know what I mean? Um, a lot of it, she's just like, she's overworked and overstressed. So Wendy's been talking about her workload a lot since the season started. I hope she's paying attention because, again, stress is the silent killer. Stress is the silent killer. And if you don't pay attention, it will be paying attention to you. So, yeah, I hope you're sitting here telling us, Wendy, and you're showing it to us. I hope you're paying attention. Moving on. So let's go into the winery. So everything, they get there, everything's nice. Like I said, the food looked really good. Um, they get in and they get started pretty much with the laughs right away. Candace, poor thing, she still got PTSD, honey. I said, girl, you have PTSD, honey. Because of she's like, I don't know why they would invite me back to a winery. I'm like, girl, it's okay, honey. Monique ain't in there. Go on in there, girl. Monique ain't there, child. You be fine, girl. You ain't got to put your face down on the table if you don't want to, honey. Monique's not there. Anyway, moving on. Ashley also shared that the trolls, since they actually have come out with the fact that they are divorcing her and Michael, the trolls, baby, have been doing memes and just dragging Michael Darby through the internet streets. I said, well, I mean, what do you want from us? I mean, it is what it is. So unfortunately, nobody really feels sorry for Michael except for Ashley. So that just kind of is what it is. Okay, so then we get started with the little exercise where you say whatever the issue is and you kind of burn it and you throw it away. They've done this on Married to Medicine with Dr. Jackie before. And it worked on Married to Medicine, not so much here. Anyway, child, listen, Robin and Wendy get started, and Robin basically writes real simple, baby, listen, you and I are like oil and water, girl, and I'm good with it. Girl, I ain't got it for you, Miss Thing, and it could just stay like that. I said, well, okay, Robin, that's not really how this is supposed to go, but okay. All right. No problem. Yeah, it just was kind of like cut and dry. Then, of course, Giselle's kind of on board with things, and she just, she good without her too as a friend. Like, okay. Wendy was really kind of like putting her best foot forward, like, I'm just going to burn all these things, and then we're just going to go back and let's make friends or whatever, make good. Child, next thing I know, Robin's like, and you need to choose your words more wisely because when you keep telling people that I tried to beat you up, that's not, it's those trigger words. And I got it. When Robin was saying it, I was sitting there thinking like, yeah, Wendy, because you did bring it up at Karen's thing. At Karen's little thing, stuff went down. And then there was something else that they had. And it wasn't at Karen's thing. There was something else that they had. And Wendy had mentioned that what happened at the little dance studio thing about her, like, and she was saying it like, yeah, she tried to beat me up. But she's like, well, the way you were approaching me, it was, and I'm like, yeah, it was kind of, you know what I mean? But that's what you give, Robin. Like, you used to playing with Juan. So, like, that's what you give. You give love and basketball. Growing is no love, but all basketball, girls, real, you know what I mean? You give She-Hulk and all that kind of stuff. But I understand the whole trigger word thing, and that's what she said. I'm not a thug. Well, you a thug, Robin. You a thugette. You are. You gave thugette tease, sis, because they, Bravo, Andy Shady, and they will give you roll that old nasty piece of bean footage, honey. And Robin, in the midst of that, they did clean you up, honey. They cleaned you up. And then you set Sharice up in the interim. You're saying, nobody had to put one finger on me to keep me back from you. And you were saying that people were holding me back, blah, blah, blah. You end up thinking you turning it. You grab for your cell phone. You call Sharice. You throw Sharice back into the mix. Okay? So now Sharice is in the mix. And then here it is. They roll the beam footage back. We see Sharice not put one finger, but all her fingers on you, pushing you back, and then getting up and standing in between y'all and literally pushing you back from getting over there to Wendy. So you, in essence, with the help of shady ass Bravo Andy and the beam footage, made yourself and Sharice look like liars. Not just any kind of liar, but the type of liar that Mia Thornton is. A damn liar. That's what you made yourselves look like. Because she's on the phone co-signing in the amen section and lying along with you. So it just didn't look right. But then Robin jumps up, gets mad, she walks off. Then Karen, honey, the grand dame, because after that, Giselle's over there hollering. She said, why were you and Robin yelling? Well, I like to yell. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Remember what I told y'all about the winery. Everything in the winery is quiet. You can hear glasses clink inside of a winery. They were loud as hell. I said, okay, a mess, a whole mess. So Robin gets back on the bus, took her heels off and everything. She's like, they're liars. And that's a mess. I ain't going through all that. I said, okay. And then this is when things really took a turn for me, and I was just done. Now, y'all know I am not Team Candace. Y'all know that. Candace be driving me nuts. But when she's good, she's good. And when she's right, I'm going to say she's right. First of all, I don't really know where she is on her hair journey, but I want her to get a new hairstylist. See, there are some ladies and gentlemen who do natural hair that will slay, because Candace, it's a beautiful head of hair. It's a beautiful head of hair, but it is a damn mess. And it's been a few weeks now, and I'm sick of it. It is just a mess. It looked dry. It looked dry, and it looked frizzy, and it looked like your fingers would be stuck in it. Girl, you got some money. You got $2-3. Get your hair done. Get you somebody that actually works in natural hair that could do something with, because your hair is nice. It could be fixed better than that. It'd be a mess just all over her head. It just looks a mess. Then she'll have the part don't be straight. Stop. You don't have to have a relaxer to have a straight part. You really do not. Natural hair does amazing things. Moving on. They go in, so we're going to continue on cleansing and talking. And Ashley jumps right into position just as if she wasn't just at Candace's house. Just as if they hadn't had like this little supposed bonding moments and all this. And you start talking about, my girlfriend said that when we were at the summer party for Karen, that Chris was he was a little inappropriate with her. I said, oh Lord, here we go again. And Candace was like, she's like, you know what? I ain't even doing it. She's like, we were just together. You and I were. She's like, what is the purpose of this? You and I were just together. Now, if something actually happened, again, I came to you directly when something happened with you and Michael. Why are we doing this in this setting? Yet again, here we are back again. And Candace was handling herself really, really well. She wasn't getting real loud, but she was handling herself, and she was handling Ashley. You could tell from Ashley was so into it and so happy with the nastiness that she was putting forth. I'm sorry, but I got to be with Team Candace on this one. You are just out of order, Ashley. You're a miserable heifer, and you want company. And if I was Candace, I would not be company. I would do you just like she did you. She told her, she said, you was just a manipulative, nasty little bitch. I said, oh, you don't say. She hit her with the ha ha he he. I said, uh-huh. That's the way you're supposed to do her. Just a little taste. You ain't got to get all out of sorts and start all that crying and all that. It ain't the time for all that crying. Give her just what she needs, just a little bit. That's it. That's all. That's all she deserved. Just that right now. That's all she deserved. Give her that little bit of stuff and then hit it. But she did. She told her off real good. And then Ashley said, well, that's I got some more information about some DMs that Chris has supposedly been in. Instead of getting all smart, I'm gonna say, yeah, see, girl, the pendulum swings both ways. This, that, thing, and the other. And she's like, oh, there it is. Oh, so there you trying to get a lick back at her. Trying to get a lick back on her. And she, because remember what she said, now I got to give you that too, Candace, because you did kind of go off and threw Michael's name out there unnecessarily the first time when the name came up. So I guess she maybe did owe you a lick. But girl, it just again it showed the fakeness in her. Like, girl, because you plotted, you planned, you waited, and you wanted to give that up there. You wanted to do it on camera there in front of the other ladies. You again, there you are again, and you are villainizing her husband's name. And I can't get down with that. I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible. And Chris don't deserve that. Then she gonna throw in the, and then Mia said he was looking at her too. Well, we all know that whole lie. She lied, and they just showed 3-4 times this season the beautiful being footage of Chris paying Mia dust. So I said, oh, just a mess. But yeah, y'all, I said, that's all right. I run the risk, honey. Y'all be able to drag me in the comments and tell me, yes, I'm BPing and PPing. Maybe I am backpedaling, but I am definitely Team Candace on this one. I don't like this, and I don't feel like Chris deserves, y'all know I like Chris. I don't think Chris deserves this bad edit at all. And this truly is a case of the bad edit because they keep showing that the man ain't did nothing. They keep proving him to be clean. And it's this, so he's clean. He is clean every time. And I'm like that every time his name come up, I'm like, Chris, what? Leave that man alone. And Ashley, you just miserable. You mad. Michael's mad at you. He done got a I was gonna say he got a hysterectomy. Lord have mercy. He got a child, what they pulled his little out, honey. Vasectomy. He got a little vasectomy going on. Got a vasectomy, and he mad at the world. He ain't speaking to you. He only wants to speak to the kids. You mad, and you need somebody to put it off on, and you trying to put it off on Chris and Candace. We see you. You nasty. You nasty. You a nasty little heifer. But see, girl, like you was telling her, we'll come around, go around. Wait for your turn. Wait for your turn. Anyway, I'll see y'all with the next episode shortly. Thank you all for your patience. I know I'm a little late on this one, but yeah, we'll be back on track, baby. I'll see y'all in the next video. It'll be out to you shortly. Thank y'all for hanging out. I hate when people make me backpedal, but I had to do it. I had to do it.